Welcome everyone to DokiCraft episode 19, which is also our final proper grinding video of the season. In today's video, we've got plenty we need to finish off, such as Bree over the other side. We've also got some pathways we need to finish, but most importantly, I've got a bit to do on the mountains around this area. Now at the moment, you're probably wondering why there is a big flat grass area in the center here, and that is because we are going to be connecting each side up to the outside of these mountains. So yes, we're going to start off today with some terraforming and getting these mountains done. It is going to take a really long time, and I'm going to have to grind my head off to get these done. I may not even be able to get the entire thing done, so we're just going to have to get the front section done if we are limited on time. But anyways, let's hop straight into a grinding episode and let's start off these mountains. So yes, we have just completed about a quarter of this entire mountain build. However, it did take me about 3 to 4 hours to actually do that part of the mountain. I was actually planning on doing half of it, so yes, I was planning on doing that other quarter as well. However, time of the season is coming to the end, and I actually don't have any time to finish off this mountain because I've got other projects I want to work on. It's definitely weird how having the mountain come up and then all of a sudden flatten out really quickly. However, I think it looks good and I'm happy with how it turned out. Even though we weren't able to complete that part of the mountain, I still want to count this base as complete. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. Definitely a great way to end off the season. Hello, I think I should go sleep. But yeah, the mountain build went really well. Definitely took a long time. I am sad that we weren't able to complete the entire thing. However, that is enough, and I don't need to build this mountain ever again. This season was actually the first season I was actually going to build a mountain, and I definitely went a bit over the top with what I was going with. But I am proud. Being able to build something like this is very cool. Also, having the outer mountain walls as well was really cool. Just this middle section, which is taking up heaps of time. But yes, I think we're done with the mountains for the season as we've got some other projects that need completing. Now that we have the mountains out of the way, we can work on Bree. Which yes, last episode you guys saw that we have now got an outline so we can easily just build in the houses and we kind of got an idea of where we need to start. However, we have no proper pathways that need to lead to this place. At the moment, we've just got our rafts over here, but we've got a small pathway that leads to nowhere, and eventually we do need to lead it towards the front entrance of this place. So I've got some terraforming and some other bits and bobs to do. That's why I've got a whole heap of grass in my inventory left over from the terraforming. Okay, let's just see what we can do. I'm most definitely just going to use grass path for this because most of the actual pathways around the place and Lord of the Rings doesn't have too much detail in it. And it's simply either just a gravel road or a dirt pathway, depending on which one you're looking at, obviously. But yeah, there isn't too much to it, so I don't need to go in too much detail, I guess. So while I'm here, yes, this episode might be a little bit shorter than most episodes, and that is because we are ticking everything off and ending off the season. We've had such a blast this season. We have achieved so much, including my Helm's Deep build over in that direction, which I was very proud of. This is actually the first ever season that I've got a complete base, because every other season I've played on, I forgot I had Instamine. Because every other season I've played on, I've either finished the season before I've finished my base, or the server just crashed and I wasn't able to finish off any of my bases. But here we are, actually completing a base, and we don't talk about the mountain, that doesn't count. But I was able to also involve Isengard, I was able to involve, hopefully, Bree, and then there's going to be some other builds as well that I've involved. But yeah, there is plenty that I've done this season. I'm very happy with it. Now, I do need to do something with this wall here. Maybe I could replicate what Starkins did on that wall over there. So yes, definitely going to have to chop down some more trees here. So next season, I have big plans as well that I want to complete. It's going to be a mad season next season, and I reckon it may even be one of our best seasons because we've got, spoiler alert here, we've got actually some really cool new members joining us next season. And I can't wait for next season to see what occurs with all these new members. So, yes, I do plan to do an episode 20. I know I'm not going to end on an episode 19, which is an odd number. It is going to annoy me as well. But episode 20 is going to be more of a tour around the server, and we're going to be going through all the different builds around the server, and we might even involve some other people that you guys don't know about yet. And they will join in with the tour. So that's going to be the plans for episode 20. That may not occur for a while because I've got something that is going to happen in the next couple of days. That's why I'm actually limited on time right now. So yeah, episode 20 will be more of a tour. We just won't be doing that now. But anyways, let's get this first pathway in. So what I've quickly just gone through and done is added a quick little pathway along here, as well as some little stone details in the wall. Not as detailed as Starkin's, obviously, but it was inspired by his wall. And at the moment, it just comes to the edge of this little cliff here. Yes, I know we just finished some terraforming, but you know what? It's for Bree. It's to make it look good. So I guess I have to do it at some point anyways. And there we go. There's our little hill done with the pathway that comes down and eventually hits the entrance of Bree. So there's this side done now. However, we've still got the other side to do, which will then head to Isengard, which I still have no clue because that's just floating in the ocean right now. Especially since we're going through this dense forest as well. Well, we better get started then. And there we go. We have now finished off this pathway that will lead to the water's edge over here, which will then eventually connect to Isengard. It's got a couple fences which I've put on the side to, you know, safety cautions, but I've only added like 1 or 2 fences because it makes it look like it's kind of eroded away over time. As well as we've got another Easter egg over here, this little bridge here, which you guys probably will recognize as the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. It does not have too much detail because it's simply just a bridge that is 1 block wide that goes over a big deep cavern. So I thought, you know what, this is the perfect spot to add it. So I've just added it in the middle of this pathway. And so yeah, this will continue over this direction and connect up to Bree. So there's that part done. And I reckon now is a good time we hop into our next time lapse because there's going to be a few here and there in this video because today is finishing off those big projects and getting everything done. So let's build Bree and let's finish off this area over here. Bree is now done, and that was probably one of the funnest bases I have built all season. The different styles within this base is so cool, and I really enjoyed making this. The windmill, however, it took me a bit. I need to consistently fix that to make it look like it's rotating because at some point it simply looked like it was just an X sitting there. But now it looks really good and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So yes, Bree, or this village here, is actually an older style of Minecraft. The inspiration I got on making this was actually made all the way back in like 1.8 or something like that. And it still looks good to this day. However, I did make a couple changes, like we've got shroom lights in the chimneys. The windmill is a little bit different, like we've got different styles. Changed up a few blocks here and there, but I've consistently kept that old feel into Minecraft to this build, and I think it looked really good. I still need to chop down this tree. We've got some massive floating tree just sitting here in the middle of this place. Okay, that should fix it. Hopefully this tree will now disappear over time. So this village actually took me about 4 hours to make. Even though it's quite small, yes, it took forever to make. However, it is worth it and it looks so good. I have actually had a couple animals spawn inside this village, which is exactly what I want. However, it would have been better if they were in these little pens I made. However, that is something I do not want. That is something I do not want. Yes, I have not done any of the interiors inside. Oh my days, that's a couple creepers in there. Let's just get rid of this guy. Is there any more in here? I hope not. But yeah, it is quite dark in some of these houses, so I need to actually go in and light them up. But yes, we've got ourselves the main gateway here, which yes, I've just added a door here. I haven't actually made a way to open this and probably won't need to. I think a door is enough. And then yeah, we've got the main entrance and we've also got the prancing pony right here. Which that honestly scared me. I do not want to go inside of that. How many creepers are there inside of this place? There's like 3 or 4 in there. We've also added some stables here as well. And we've also got the pen, as I said earlier. And up here, we've also got the windmill and some crop farms. I have also made a pathway that kind of leads up here, but it's a bit more of like a secret pathway in a way, because it leads away from the main coarse dirt pathway I made. And yeah, this one just comes straight through the village and comes to the other side. But yeah, the old style to these buildings make it look so good, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Yes, this is a mini version, so there actually isn't too many builds. If I was to make the actual version, there would be like 20 builds or so, but I only made 3. Made the entrance and then these 2 builds here, as well as we made the stables and the windmill. But yes, overall, very good build. It was fun to make, and yeah, we've got the pathways done. Now, the last thing I need to actually do is to make this pathway over here lead to somewhere, because, well, it just leads to the edge of the cliff over here. And why was I... Okay, we won't talk about that. I have no clue how I'm going to connect this, but I am thinking I could have like a stone or cobblestone bridge or pathway that comes across here, and we could have some pillars maybe going down into the water. But I think that's something I'm going to have to do after the season ends. Because yes, the season is going to end very soon. And once the season does finish, I'm just going to come on and clean up some of the builds and fix up some builds, including this little bridge here I plan to do before we do the actual tour around the server, because we're going to have some special guests and I don't want to have some incomplete builds for them to see. So during that time, I'm going to make sure to finish all builds, including this pathway here. I just updated the map, and how cool does that look? It's just this massive green platform in the middle of the map. I think it's time we end off the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe. It has been a blast of an episode, and I should say also a blast of a season. We have made so much progress throughout this entire base. What a season we have just had. Yes, this is the final grinding episode that we have before we finish off the season. Episode 20 will occur, but it will just be a tour and will occur in probably a couple of weeks. But yes, thank you so much for the support throughout this season, and thank you so much for helping me get through these massive builds. Once again, it has been a blast, and I hope you guys enjoyed the entire season. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in episode 20 with the tour of the season.